over the span. Oh my god. Everything's falling apart. I'm just a hot mess. Hey guys, I'm Lillian. Over the past few years I have made a couple videos here on YouTube, and for those of you that don't know, I have vitiligo, or as I lovingly call them, nature's tattoos, or my jungle cat spots. Basically, what vitiligo is, in the simplest of terms, is a skin condition in which my melanocytes, or the pigment cells in my body, stop producing the pigment, or they die off and don't reproduce. And that results in white patches on various parts of my body. It differs from person to person, but I have spots on my hands, right there, you can see. I have it on my arm, on the side too. I have it like under my arms. I have it on my legs, I have it on my elbows, knees, feet, and I also have it on my face, Bogan. You can't see that right now because I have makeup on. Back in 2011, I made my very first video tutorial showing people what I did to conceal the vitiligo on my face. Then a year later in 2012 I made an updated one, and then one again in 2013. Over the span of those 3 videos I've gotten a lot of questions, and a lot of repeat questions about, you know, what I'm using or how I'm dealing with it. Rather than do a specific Q&A, I kind of wanted to just make this video to tell everyone about my experience with vitiligo and growing up with it. So I guess now's the time to sit back, relax, maybe grab your favorite beverage and or snack of choice. I don't know. And you know, it's story time. Up until around 2003, my skin was normal. I didn't have any signs of vitiligo. Then I started noticing some white patches around my eyes and on the tips of my fingers. It pretty much stayed that way until about 2007, 2008. That's when I noticed that it spread to the middle of my face, like my mouth and nose region, and up my fingers just a little, on my elbows a tad. It stayed that way pretty much until 2012. It started to slowly kind of creep up my hands a bit and then up my arms, and it's been slowly spreading ever since. I haven't really noticed too much. It's moved up here a little, and I have a little spot on my shoulder just right here. Other than that, I don't really pay too much attention. It's not something that I notice gradually. It's something that one day I look down and I'm like, oh, that's new. I don't keep huge tabs on it at all. However, growing up with vitiligo was very, very difficult for me. Looking back on it, I definitely could have it a lot worse. There are a lot of people with darker complexions than I have that have it on a bigger percentage of their body, so I guess I'm lucky in that aspect. And I was never made fun of for it. I've talked to a lot of people, I've heard a lot of stories from people who have vitiligo that they were teased a lot in school, and I was not, because where I was, it was a very understanding circle of people in my school and my neighborhood, so for that I'm very thankful. But it was still more of a internal thing. I wanted to be normal. I didn't want to be different, you know? I was a little kid. I was growing up. I was going through puberty. I just wanted to fit in, and I felt like the vitiligo made me stick out like a sore thumb. So I was very, very self-conscious about it. That is when I turned to makeup to kind of conceal what was happening on my face. At first, I was not so good at it. I was not so good at it at all. But as time went on, I kind of got really good at concealing it, but I was still really, really, really self-conscious. I'm talking, you know, I would always be checking my face in the mirror at school to make sure it looked okay. When I would go to sleepovers, I wouldn't take it off, and I would be the first one in the morning awake so I could fix my face so no one would know. That's how bad I was. Believe it or not, this is when I decided it would be a good idea to put myself on the internet without any makeup on. Logic. Wine break. funny enough, after making that video is when I actually started to accept my vitiligo. Now, on numerous occasions, I have received messages or questions or comments of people asking me how I cope with it, or if I'm trying to figure out a way to heal it or cure it, or just expressing their insecurities with me, just in general. This is my message to any of those questions or concerns or comments. I personally am not doing anything to kind of get rid of it or reduce it or cure it or fix it, because I'm not broken. I got to a point in my life where I was so upset about it all the time, and I said to myself, now I can either waste my time and money on experimental treatments that may not have any good results, and I can be frustrated and kind of hate my skin for not being normal, or I can accept it and embrace the tattoos that Mother Nature has given me and accept the fact that I am just a fierce jungle cat. That is honestly how I view myself. It makes me feel really fierce and awesome. So I am a jungle cat, and these are my spots. Line break. I'm gonna tell you this much. Acceptance isn't going to come quickly. For me, it took time, it took years. And even now, I still have days where I'm like, geez, I really wish, you know, I didn't have these spots. But more often than not, I love them because they are mine. And they make me unique, and no one else has spots like mine, and I love that, and I think it's great. I hope that one day anyone with vitiligo who watches this video or talks to me, or anyone with vitiligo in general, I hope that they either learn to accept it or find a way to deal with it that makes them comfortable. This is just my way of dealing with it. It's just fully just embracing it and accepting it and embracing my awesome. I won't ever do that again, I promise. And yes, I do still wear makeup. And for those of you that say, or are going to say, well, if you're not embarrassed, why do you still cover it? Or, oh, you don't need that makeup. Stop it. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not gonna delve too deep into it because this is an issue, a whole other issue that I'm not gonna get into right now. Yes, my use of makeup started from a place of embarrassment, but it has morphed and grown, and now it comes from a place of empowerment. I choose my makeup the same way I choose what I'm gonna wear. Sometimes I want to wear a dress and heels. Sometimes I just want to wear jeans and a t-shirt. Sometimes I want to have a flawless face and dramatic eyes, and sometimes I don't want to wear anything on my face at all. And depending on the day and how I feel, I will do just that. Do whatever I want, and it's my choice, and I will rock whatever I so choose. That being said, the most popular question I get is what I'm currently using on my skin as far as makeup. That is a very complicated answer. I always change my routine. I always change from day to day. It changes. I have a lot of options that I use. I have in the past used and really liked Estee Lauder Double Wear, Kat Von D, Lancome Teint Idole foundation. I really like those. Those are great. Recently though, I've just been finding myself either wearing just a light BB cream and a powder, or just a straight up powder foundation, just because I've said it before and I'll say it again, I am lazy. In the morning, I don't feel like putting on liquid foundation and concealer and then powder. That is precious time that I could be sleeping. Right now, I can tell you that I am wearing the It Cosmetics Celebration Illumination Foundation in the color medium. That I am a big fan of. I actually repurchased it. I finished up one and then I bought another one. So that's kind of saying something. The most I don't really repurchase again. That one I did. So that's good. It's really fast, it's really pigmented, and it looks good on the skin. It doesn't look like I have a ton on. So that's fun. My advice is to try out what works for you. Not everybody's gonna have the same reaction or results in different makeups, and you know, don't be afraid to mess up, don't be afraid to look like a fool, you know, just keep on keeping on until you find whatever works for you. In conclusion, to sum up my ramblings, some things we can't change. Embrace your spots and be the fierce jungle cat that you are. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. Makeup can be fun, and empower yourself. Those are my 5 points of advice to anyone watching this. Don't take yourself too seriously too, you know? Just enjoy yourself and don't let life restrict you. Wine break. And that's pretty much it. I hope at least one person watching this gained some insight or got a little comfort from what I had to say. You know, if I can help at least one person, that I've done my job. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I'm definitely going to be making videos a lot more regularly now because I've been given a kick of motivation in my life, so I feel like I want to keep making these, and I love making them, and it's so much fun. I hope all of you are having a good day, night, morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!